I'm Christine, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today my husband and I are going to go and take his rifle out and get it sighted in at 100 yards. He just got a new scope mounted on it at Scheels. So before we do that, I got these Decibels custom molded ear protection, and we're going to get those molded so that we can test those out while we're setting in his gun. I'm most excited to use these this fall for upland hunting with the dogs, because I currently wear electronic earmuffs which have that electronic emission of sound where you can hear what's going on around you, but you might not necessarily know exactly where it's coming from. And that can be a real challenge when you're upland hunting in thick brush, grouse hunting, woodcock hunting, and it's like you'll hear the dog go on point, you'll hear their beeper, and when you go in to find them, to actually locate them, it can be a real challenge, and you might be just a little bit off, and that can really impact it whether or not you get a shot opportunity. So I'm excited to use these because these work differently. There's no electronic emission of sound. It's just like it allows sound into your ear. Once it hits a certain decibel point, then it's going to cut out the sound. So once you shoot the gun, it's going to cut out that level of sound. So I'm looking forward to testing these out and seeing how they work. I've heard good things, so yeah. Okay, so the first thing that you do is you take out the earpiece. You remove this percussive filter from that side. Then you're gonna get some water boiling, have a cup and a spoon ready. And while that's going on, I'm gonna see which one of these silicone tips fits best into my ears. I think it's the medium ones. It comes with silicone tips and also foam tips, but for the molding process it says to use the silicone tips, so we're gonna do that. Okay, so our water is boiling, so I'm going to I'm gonna scoop it into these cups. You want a different cup for every mold that you're doing. If you put two molds in one cup, they might stick together. And now you just stick the molds in the hot water and you leave them in there for 5 minutes. Oh, you scoop her out and you try to see, was this the left or the right? Left. So if it's not too hot, you stick her in and you press it until it's molded.
I thought that was my first shot.
So Justin shot a few rounds and I ended up switching out the silicone tips for the foam tips on here because I didn't have a great seal on my right one, but otherwise they seem to be working pretty well. Alright, Justin's going to let his gun cool down for a little bit, and then he's going to shoot it once more and make sure it's still on.
Enough for now.
Alright, he let the gun sit for a little bit and cool down, and his shot was a little bit low. Cranked it up a little bit, and looks like he's on. These seem to be working pretty well. Now that I got them fit correctly with the foam is working better for me. Justin's not had a problem with the silicone. That seems to be working fine for him. So, try them for upland hunting this fall, and we'll see if they work for that. The sound is pretty muffled when they're in, but it's not terrible.